Hello, Gary Crowley here with video 3 of 5 short videos on frozen shoulder exercises and treatment to free that frozen shoulder of yours. In video 2, we worked a lot on releasing that upper trap and also, more importantly, all those muscles in your upper neck to free that nerve that innervates your entire trapezius. Here in video 2, we're going to work on freeing this whole lower and mid trapezius, because again, that's what we need to get our shoulder blade out of the way. And then while we're there, we're probably going to come down here and just make sure this lat isn't grabbing that trap too much, and your serratus, there's a muscle called your serratus anterior that if it's tight can kind of inhibit the function of things in that way too. So that's all we're going to do. And the magic tool for working on your mid and lower trapezius is a tennis ball in a sock. And again, I'm going to pretend my left shoulder is frozen, and all I'm going to have you do is we're going to do both sides. It's important to do both sides. We're going to lean against the wall here, and using as much pressure as you feel comfortable with, depending on where your legs are. I'd probably start down near the bottom a little bit, and I'd feel for some tender spots. And when I find a good tender spot, again, I'm not trying to massage with the ball. I'm trying to move my body so that that ball stays in one spot, and I'm making that muscle under the ball move a little bit by the way I use my body. And I'm just sneaking up the side of my spine here, and feeling pretty good. And I'm going to do that, and then I'll come out, and that tissue on my shoulder blade. And again, I know my left shoulder's frozen here, but I'm basically, I'm moving this ball all around. Now I'm on the back of my shoulder blade here against the wall. And let me see, it takes a little getting used to. So there's my, now if my shoulder's not frozen, like this arm, I move this arm up and down. If it's not, it's a little hard, but you can just put some pressure on that shoulder blade a little bit. Even if you can just move that arm a little bit. Most people with a frozen shoulder can at least do that. And then I'm going to come over and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to come all the way down here, start kind of, basically, I don't go any lower kind of than your last rib. If you feel in here, you can feel your last rib there. So I'm down around here. I'm doing all this stuff here, freeing all this as much as I can. And again, with your frozen shoulder here, you're just going to investigate, and you're going to find, you can kind of roll a little bit, pull the sock up a little bit until you find a nice tight spot. Now you get up in that mid trapezius, you're probably going to find some good tight spots. And again, if you can just move your entire shoulder without trying to move your arm, you can get some good movement on that tissue, and get that stuff released. Come over to your shoulder blade, and if nothing else, dig on it for a little bit. If you can move your arm a little bit to get some movement, to get that to release. And again, on my techniques page, all this tennis ball press stuff is there. Now if I'm working on myself, I have a tennis ball on the end of one of these suckers that I love, because I can leave that ball in one spot and make that tissue move. So if you want to rig something like that up, that's fantastic, because you can probably a little faster, a little more, in some ways more accurate. But again, if I got this frozen shoulder here, I can't do that. But then I can really get that tissue moving under that ball and get it to release. You can come down here. And again, if I have a frozen shoulder, right, I can't do that. So I'd have to be figuring out how to get in there. Like that. But it actually feels pretty darn good. And so you're taking that ball, and basically anywhere you can press that ball on this, even again a little below here is good. Not the end of the world if you don't get it, but sometimes this grabs that trapezius a little bit. And again, you're pressing the ball in there, and then you're bending forward or scooching to the side a little bit just to get that spine moving a little bit, so that tissue has to release for that to happen. and then you're just investigating all over, getting all this stuff. And when you've done that, and again, you get what you can. If there's real stubborn sports that don't want to let go, you can come back to them next time around. So, so that is video 3 of 5, and I will see you at video 4, where we're going to release basically this very important serratus anterior muscle, and then your teres muscles and your subscapularis muscle. But I will see you at video 4. Thanks for your time.